Good evening, my Trues Clues aficionados. I hope you all are doing well out there, closing up the weekend here on a Sunday evening. Didn't get a post yesterday, went down to visit the family, but I do have a couple of quick updates for you on the Gilgo Beach case, and I'm avoiding that S word as in cereal. Okay, there's a couple of quick updates here. The first thing I wanted to bring up is that one of the victims was identified. The Fire Island Jane Doe was identified, and no surprise here that she turned out to be a sex worker. Her name was Karen Vergata, 34, an old escort from Manhattan who went missing on Valentine's Day in 1996. Her family was aware of it, and then they made the announcement as to who she was. They are not making any public announcement in connection with her being involved with the Gilgo Beach case, as in cereal. And so the loved ones know, and then they went out and they made the public announcement on that. There are plenty of loved ones still waiting for identification to let them know if their loved one was amongst the victims found and are currently trying to be identified. And the second thing I wanted to talk to you about is there is an investigation into the Atlantic City case. The four victims there that were murdered. As his sister-in-law, the sister-in-law of Rex Heuermann, has spoken out, or Hauerman, however you say his name, looking there. So the law enforcement is looking into a possible connection between Rex and the four murders of female sex workers whose bodies were found in a ditch over an Atlantic City border, just over the Atlantic City border in 2006. And currently, they're going to have to wonder if they need to investigate cases in Las Vegas, South Carolina, as well as the one that's underway in Atlantic City. They want to make sure, of course, that they've covered all the information. And this may be more challenging than it sounds like. It doesn't sound like this guy is going to be up there like, yeah, maybe. I don't know. You can never tell with a serial killer on what kind of information they want to divulge when you start talking to them. The relative of Rex and the family really feels bad. Her name is Dr. Joanna Albrecht, and she told NBC News that her ego has great difficulty processing the idea that I looked into Rex's eyes and wasn't able to discern any murderous intentions. And I'm sure what she saw in his eyes at the time was probably a true reflection of a facet of his personality. He probably got pretty good at covering up between the two so that people wouldn't see his darkest, deepest secrets. And she does feel like law enforcement needs to do their due diligence in investigating all possible additional sex worker killings in the area that he has been found in to validate if he's been a part of that or not. Because we all know that this type of personality likes to be validated over and over again for whatever causes them to become the perpetrator in this type of crime, and the need to do that. So that's the update here for you all. I'm sure, as this case starts to peter out a little bit, when all of this information comes forward, then we'll have to kind of take a step back and wait for the court hearings to start and see what happens there. Kind of like in the Koberger case, and I guess he is pleaded not guilty as well. And the funny thing about that I did want to bring up here is telephone evidence on him too, or cellular technology evidence, which he is trying to dispute somehow. So y'all have a good evening. Looking forward to talking to you soon, updating you on the case. I'm also working on some new cases to bring forward. We'll talk to you soon. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye now.